What's up, guys? Welcome back to another HERR Lounge podcast. I know, guys, this is coming in a little late for y'all, so I apologize in advance.
Susie, please do not be mad. Susie, do not be mad.
So we got Marissa in the building. She came all the way to my house today to do this. Guys, I promise y'all next Monday we will be in the studio, Rob.
Yeah.
So we'll be there. This will be the last one at home because this week makes actually 4 weeks post 4 weeks post surgery.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's time to go back.
Yeah.
And it's funny. I text Rob. I said, "Hey, I'm about
Even
to go."
though it's only 5 miles from my house. Oh, that's the good
I
part.
told Rob. I said, "Hey, so I'm gonna go to the Hive today," and I put a little face like this. I said, "Don't tell nobody." I said, "Because I gotta go." So I'm over being here. So before we get started, guys, y'all know I like to start with a positive quote, and it goes, "Sometimes you forget you're awesome, so this is your reminder."
I needed that.
You're awesome. So you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Y'all got to know it.
So fucking busy that you don't ever take the time to be like, "Hey, bitch, you're doing a good job."
Bro, we had a birthday party yesterday, which you were
I
at.
don't know how y'all fucking did a birthday party with all that energy on a weeknight after you had a full fucking day.
It was like,
that's insane.
Somebody help me.
Tell me why your mom was over here looking like Nicki Minaj.
It's so funny. And I told my mom what you said, and she was like, "Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed." And
what? Why?
My mom is super self-conscious of her body. Is that not crazy?
Girl, I said, when I die and come back, Jesus.
My mom is super self-conscious of her body. So, because she feels like she has the like flabby old lady arm because she don't work out anymore. You know what I'm saying? So like she's got the little arm. So you'll never see her. I told you, you'll never see her wear like showing like a sleeveless. Mm-hmm. Never. You'll never see her like fitted.
Not really.
I don't think I remember. It's got to be like, oh, I'm going to a wedding.
Your daddy knew what he was doing. Your daddy knew what he was doing.
That's why. Hey, that's why he swept her up in 2 weeks. They were only
married. How tall was he?
My dad
was short because you're short.
Yeah, his and mom were the same height.
Okay,
so but if he
tall,
well, they were the same height. But if my mom wore heels, then she became taller. So whatever that is, what is that? Like 5'7", 5'6", I think. Okay, yeah, so my dad was not very.
And then if she went like
she wore heels, that was it. Rob, can you hear me? Because you're really quiet.
Yeah, no, this is more so we got to tell listeners Marissa doesn't have headphones, so she can't hear me anyway. So this is about Soul and Marissa.
But I can still hear you.
You can hear him through the headphones. She can hear you a little bit, Rob, through the headphones. There you go. So see, we're at my house, guys, and we are not really set up. That's why I was like, I told her, I said, you might want to Zoom at home. She's like, no, I'll come to your house. I'm like, all right. Because I was like, I'm not set up for like a 2 people, situation here. Yeah. So, anyway, so shout out to, everybody who came out to the birthday party. I really appreciate my family and friends, who made it happen. And my baby is finally 2 years old.
I cannot believe that it's been 2 years.
And Marissa's Marissa got a haircut yesterday. Not big Marissa, baby Marissa did. My mom cut her hair yesterday. And I had been telling Marissa, take her. She's like, look at all the hair your baby has. And I'm like, because my mom has cut their hair since they were 6 months. You see Penny's full head of hair.
She had one long one.
Yeah.
And then another long one back here. It was so bad.
And so my mom was like, you want me to cut her hair? And Marissa's like, sure. At first I was like, did my mom just really ask somebody if she wants to cut?
Bring me the spray.
Yeah. She's like, go bring me the scissors. And I was like, oh my God. So she cut baby Marissa's hair yesterday. So she looked so cute with her little bob.
She did. Isaiah's like, you didn't ask me for permission. I'm like, dude, stop.
What did he say?
He was like, no, Mom, you cut her hair.
But just watch how fast it's gonna start growing. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy because my mom trims her hair like almost like every other month to constantly like keep cutting the baby hair off. So anyway, do you like reality TV?
What?
Okay. So I've always really been into reality TV, but
Oh, you're talking about the Housewives?
the Housewives, I've super
Not
have
really, but I know who the Atlanta ladies are.
okay. So I've always really have been into it. Like I really like it. I really you, Rob?
Not since Jersey Shore.
He doesn't give a shit about
Jersey
those
Shore
bitches.
is the
Okay,
last
Jersey
time.
Shore.
Okay, that was really good.
That
you know
makes more
they're
sense,
doing a
Rob.
reunion. Did you know that, Rob?
No.
They're on the all everybody from the original cast is coming back, even Sammy.
Don't nobody want to see those old bitches still partying.
Sammy is coming back, and it's crazy. They all have gone crazy on the fillers and Botox because their mouth is like Jenny Fly, or what's her name?
Jenny, the hot one.
Yes, what's her name?
Just Jenny something.
Yeah, it was Jenny and Jay. Was it JWoww?
JWoww. That was her. There you go. So JWoww looks crazy. She did. But you know what? I'm into her YouTube videos because her son has autism.
Okay.
And he had some other stuff.
Is
to where he had no speech.
muscular?
No, they had big issues. Like they fought. And that's how I found her. But I really liked it because for being someone who was so young, I guess when she had her, I think she was one of the older ones, right, Rob?
Yeah.
She was like one of the older. And that's sad that we say she's older. She was not really that old, but she was one of the older ones. But I was really impressed at how such a young person immediately sought help when she noticed that her son was kind of like delaying in a lot of stuff. And so she actually takes you through the journey of like her son getting therapy, her son going through speech therapy, there's a therapist that comes to her house to help. And, so she kind of documents like his little journey. And it's almost like when you watch it, like you kind of cry because you're like, oh my God, it's like you realize that he went from nonverbal to saying words. And that's, I thank God for my children being healthy. So, but as someone who worked with children with disabilities, and I would get so happy when the kids could, like whenever we would go and SAC at HEB, and they finally understood like separating the food correctly. I would feel so proud of them, and I was just like, "Oh my God, I just can't believe!" Like this is the most. I know this is really, but when like Marissa sends me Aiden's, and I know he's not at that level, but you know what I'm saying. When Marissa sends me Aiden's golf videos, it makes me so like proud of him because here's why, because it's a different little person there. It's not even the same little person when we're out and about. It's like, it's his jam and he's so concentrated. And the way he turns back at you to like I don't know that he knows you're videotaping him, but it's almost like, did you catch that? Did you catch that right now?
Well, he wanted me to start recording him because I record Isaiah. Because Isaiah asked me, Mom, record me so I can see what I'm doing. And then he'll be like, oh, okay, I didn't clear my hip on this. I didn't do whatever. So he's like critiquing himself. And so Aiden started to ask me to record him. So I was like, oh,
that's so cute. Yeah. So
and then come and look at it.
Oh my God. Well, I'm not into it anymore because I don't have cable. So, and I'm not going to subscribe to another network.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Another freaking membership here. So, anyway, so they had Nene Leakes on there who is one of the original housewives. And I thought it was very interesting. I assume that they get paid so much money to be on there. They only get paid when they first did that whole situation to kick it off. They paid them the first season only $10,000.
Oh my God.
I know.
That's insane.
The next season they went up to like 30,000 or something. Then at that point, her, Sheree, and Kim went and got the same lawyer to negotiate their new contract. And then they finally started making 100,000.
Yeah.
And then it just kept kind of, whatever, going from there. But she said something very interesting. And I kind of like, Rob, you're probably going to you can chime into this, okay? Because she said that obviously, first of all, she said when the Real Housewives of Atlanta first started happening, like the first couple seasons, those were legit, real situations. She's like, we weren't pretending to go visit people's houses and like, hey, friend. It's like, we didn't like each other. We legit didn't like each other.
Yeah.
they brought in that girl. I forget what her name is. She was like one of the Miss Americas, not Cynthia, the other one. I forgot what her name is. But anyways, when they brought her in, like she said, I didn't like that they made like this girl took it upon herself to go find a fake boyfriend.
Wow. Wow.
To be a part of the show. Bless you. Took it upon themselves to go find a boyfriend. And then she gets busted that it wasn't even her boyfriend. You know, how embarrassing is that? So then, you know, she didn't, what do you call it? So she had that situation, right? And so Nini's like, that's when I thought like, this is, I don't like making up stories, you know, because she's such a like, this is who I am. Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
The realists start on the pole.
Exactly.
They really do.
And so that's kind of like what it was. But then anyway, she made a comment and she said they were legit housewives where they depended on their husbands and their husbands was the one that took care of them. And she said that at some point it did kind of get like where she started making more money than her husband. Mm-hmm. And then she didn't like need to go say, hey, I'm gonna go get me a new bag or, you know, I'm gonna go take out some money. She just started doing whatever. And so obviously her husband started feeling a certain kind of way, and that's when the problem started.
Well, maybe because just because she's making money doesn't mean you don't still say, hey, we're gonna buy this. I'm gonna buy this.
See, and that's kind of what the conversation is right now, Rob.
Sharing.
Where I said I felt like you're going to chime into this because here's the topic. That's exactly what I'm getting at. Whenever she was a housewife, it was their money.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
When she started making money, that was her money. You see what I'm saying? And that's where I don't think it's fair.
It's not. I've never been in a relationship where this was mine and this is mine and we go half. No, bitch. It was like everything was, this is what we got together.
In my previous relationship, it was like that. Yeah. Like, it was like, you take care of yourself and I'm going to take care of it was like, this is my house anyway. You live in my house. Mm-hmm. So, you know, like, and anytime I felt like, oh my God, like my first little rental was around the corner, like down the street from his house. Mm-hmm. And I used to be like, man, I just wish like I didn't have no renters right now in that house. You know what I'm saying? So I could just go over there. But, you know, I did. So anyway, but my point to that was I was like that. It was like I took care of myself. I just bought groceries. That's all I did.
In a marriage, right? They're married.
Yeah.
You share everything.
Exactly. So she started feeling like, bitch, this is my money. Like, I'm not going to let you come take some of my money. So then
but when it was him, it was their money.
It was their money. Exactly. Mm. So the host said, like, did you feel like you kind of, what is it?
Like you're being
emasculated him.
Emasculated him.
And so she was like, probably in some ways I did. And she was like, because, you know, I started having more of a mouth on me because, you know I had my money coming in. And every time she said my money coming in, I just kind of been like, I was like, isn't that weird how that's kind of how it is? I had a conversation. This is another reason why.
I don't think he was emasculated by her. I think he felt disrespected. Because it's like, hold up, bitch. I got to fucking, you know, everything that belongs to me is yours.
But now.
And all of a sudden, and now you want to start running your fucking mouth too?
So when he went off, do you know the reason she divorced him? You know how they divorced and they got married again? They got back together and remarried. Mm-hmm. Okay. So because she was trying to prove a point to him. Like, bitch, you are not going to talk to me like that. And so she went all the way through with the divorce, bro. And then she went on and then they kind of were mad at each other and then they started dating and they were like, how we finna let these people know we're back together? And they got married all over again.
I think he wasn't even mad at her. He was just like, this dumb bitch.
He did. That's exactly what he called her. He said, you're a fucking bitch.
A whole fucking fight and divorce with her own motherfucking self.
It was crazy. But I just had this conversation also with my sister because we were kind of talking about somebody and I said, well, what about this person? And she just kind of said, well, he's really nice, but the thing is he didn't even have his own house.
Yeah.
And I said, okay. She's like, and he's got like, basically like, she felt kind of like, why does he have a master's degree? And he's just a mechanic. You see what I'm saying? And so she kind of felt like, I'm not, which I get it. I feel like you should have standards, don't you, Rob? Like, do you have standards? Or do men have standards for women? Or is it just like, nah, this bitch is pretty, we finna marry her?
No, if she works at Chipotle and she's 21, 22, and she's hot, guys are going to be like, yeah, I'm going to put a ring on that.
Exactly.
Really?
Hell yeah.
Even
Guys
if she
don't
works
give
at Chipotle?
Who gives a fuck?
Standing at the bus stop.
Okay.
Yo, these hoes ain't loyal ever. They've never been loyal. These hoes ain't never been loyal. These hoes ain't never been loyal.
Oh my God, it's hilarious.
I'm only laughing because you're laughing. I didn't hear
You didn't hear he said these hoes ain't loyal.
And they're not.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Well, that's the thing. So
Yeah, that's the thing. That is the thing.
So basically my sister was kind of like saying like, he ain't up to par, like he ain't up to my standards.
Yeah.
She's like,
but maybe that's what fulfills him. I mean, he's got his education and a master's, but maybe he likes building things.
And he doesn't have kids.
Yeah.
He doesn't like have any like strings, no extra stuff that comes with him. She's just like, I just don't feel like he's motivated to do anything.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, well, maybe because he's not had to be motivated to do anything. Yeah. If you're single and you're making good money for yourself.
He's reached the pinnacle. Maybe he's 100% happy with his life, with himself. He's, he's doing what he loves.
Yeah. She said she's like, so if we got together, what? This is what she said. Okay. She goes,
your car's going to be fixed for the rest of your life, girl.
She goes, so he's going to just move into my house? Yeah. And I said, okay, did you just hear what you said? I said, a lot of times when girls marry a guy, they will already have a house.
I had just closed on my house, my first house, and I met Rome 3 months later. And he moved in with me. Okay. But he's not a lazy bum.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's kind of how I see it.
He takes care of us now.
So if I feel like this, so I said, did you just listen to what you said? I said, if it were the other way around, let's just say you were still renting an apartment. Mm-hmm. I said, and he had a house.
Yeah.
And y'all were to get married. Mm-hmm. You would move into his house until y'all bought something together.
Yeah.
And then she was like, I said, so how is that fair to say that?
Which is what we did eventually. Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
And so she was quiet about it. Your take, Rob.
My take is that you're susceptible to social media no matter what age that you are, right? And your sister's a little bit older than me and a little bit younger than you, but I feel like that shouldn't matter. Like, she's having that double standard that a lot of modern day women have. Like, I got my career, I'm getting my money. She's not saying it like that, but she's kind of insinuating that. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
Yes, 100%. And that's when I told her, I said, you're never going to find anybody if you keep having these. Like, I do feel you should have standards. Yes. You don't have to just, there's a bum outside. He think he's cute. I'm gonna go hook up with him. But
But what if he looked like Ryan Gosling or Brad Pitt or whoever your guy is?
Ooh, no, because that means he's got some kind of mental health. If he's out there on the streets. She's like, what? Rob's saying, what if he looked like Ryan Gosling or Brad Pitt? I said,
I've seen some really sexy prostitutes. But I was not, you know what I mean? Like over there on Montrose, all the prostitutes are dudes.
Oh my God.
There's a reason for that.
No, bitch, that's a prostitute. I was like, oh my God.
But yeah, so I was just like, we kind of started talking about that. And it's funny because then I listened to that podcast and she was talking about this whole money thing.
Yeah.
But then she met somebody. So she said this, her husband passed away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, he passed away. And so basically she said the next person that she gets into a relationship with must have more money than her.
Well, then that's her.
And so she's like, he can't make less money than me. Yeah. Like, there's no way. It's not going to work.
Yeah.
And so then here's the thing. Here's the thing. He said, the host said that he was given some advice by I guess older somebody in his I don't know how he knows them. But anyway, they said there can only be one star in the house. Both of y'all can't shine. Otherwise, it's always going to be bumping heads. And so I was like, oh, I don't know that I agree with that. I don't know that I can feel if we're both shining, isn't it good?
I think me and Rome shine in different instances. You know what I mean? he's got certain strengths that I don't have.
Right.
And in those moments, he shines.
Right.
And then I have certain strengths that he doesn't have. In those moments, he's allows me to shine. You know what I'm saying? Not allows, but he.
No, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Bitch, I'm doing my thing right now.
Yeah.
But I don't think y'all can't both shine together.
Because
that's crazy.
Basically, he was saying because if it's both people are making the same amount of money, that basically y'all are always going to be in competition. I'm like, well, damn, what kind of relationship is that?
Don't get married if you're going to be in competition.
That's what I said. I was like,
that doesn't make sense.
Imagine if I was like in competition with my husband right now.
That makes no fucking sense. I'd be like,
oh yeah, you got how many followers? Well, check this, bitch. I'm about to do this. You know what I'm saying?
What is that?
I don't know. Yeah.
Hey, how do you differentiate expectations from standards?
How do you differentiate expectations from standards?
God, I don't know.
They're very similar.
I mean, I guess they are kind of similar.
It's like that girl saying my next husband has to make more money than me is an expectation. Like, why couldn't, if he meets all the standards, like, why don't you get together and then he could ascend his way up to making more money than you, but you got to give him some time, maybe. That's an expectation of somebody having that before you even get together with them.
That's why I said I think they're very similar.
Yeah.
Expectation is something that somebody doesn't have yet. Standard is something they already have.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. You hear Juan?
No, what do you say?
He's saying an expectation is something that they don't have yet. A standard is something they already have.
Well, that's what I said. Yeah. So if, like the money thing, like they could make the money later.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I used to say this.
You can't be a child molester like fucking Momoa. You know what I'm saying? Like, bitch, don't be copping a feel on our children, bitch. On our motherfucking children. That's his daughter. That's disgusting. But see, when somebody's attractive, we tend to tell ourselves that they can't do any wrong.
But let's just talk about like anybody did you ever date anybody?
So that's my standard. You can't be a child molester. You cannot be a child molester.
Imagine?
That's it. Everything else you can work on.
Do you fall into the pedophile category?
You can work on, bitch. Mind. Let me help you build.
Oh my God, no way. Bro, imagine if you got that news about your other half and you never knew that. Or like, you know how
it happens to a lot of women. I know. They pretend like that ain't true.
I saw a documentary on was it Netflix? She was a church. No, it wasn't even yes, it was. It was one of those kind of cult, like not
How
the
to be a cult leader?
Not the David's. What is that one?
David Koresh.
Yes, but what were they called? Davidians? Not that. Davidians. Not them. It was another one. Mm-hmm. And where she had no idea. But then they found out that he was doing some crazy shit, and they came and took the laptop. And he was like a whole member of the church, and I was like, and she stayed with him for a little bit.
Oh my God! See, that's the type of shit that I just can't
help. And I said, ew. So, but
he needs help in the house of God, bitch, not in your house.
And then he immediately went and reached out. She immediately went to go talk to her children to see if he had ever done anything to them, but he had not. His children he was not attracted to. I'm like, well, thank God. And disgusting that you had to go. The fact that you even had to go there. You know what I'm saying? You even had to go ask your own kids about that.
That's terrible.
That's awful.
That's
hella awful. I'm like, no. Mm-mm.
I take a mechanic
I probably would have been in jail, stabbed it because I stabbed him to death.
Yeah, I know.
Because that's disgusting.
It is.
Like I probably would have chopped it off. I'm just going to be honest. And
castration is the whole craze these days.
And then I would have stuffed it in his mouth.
Oh, fuck yeah! I would have stuffed it in his ass.
That's not because they probably liked it. You know?
Yeah, you're right.
No, he probably would have liked it.
Going
so I'm not.
mouth.
So it's going to go in the mouth.
It's going in your mouth.
And then I'm going to make sure he chokes on it and then he dies because that's the kind of punishment he deserves.
Ooh, amen. Hallelujah.
I'm just saying.
We just wanted to leave y'all with some positivity. And that's what it is. That's the standard.
Oh my God.
Wow, that took a crazy left turn. Jesus took the wheel and took off the road.
Two bitches in that movie in the car.
Take the wheel.
What was the name of those two ladies? Thelma and Louise. Get out the way.
Oh my God, guys! I didn't wear my belly binder.
Girl, you need to wear your faja.
Your faja.
That's what we call it. We call it the faja. So anyway, guys, today episodes are gonna be super short because I got to get out of here. I got to go to the hive today. I don't have to. I really should be going. So hopefully my doctors don't listen to me because they're gonna know where I'm at, and then I'm gonna be very happy that I went to go to
Girl,
work.
I cannot believe.
Listen, I already asked the ladies. I said, listen, I want to go. Well, damn, that it cost me almost $300 to have somebody sub for me.
Girl, this is
So
what I can't do.
It's either I go to myself, or I got to go pay somebody.
Let's wrap the public episode here, and then we'll continue the Patreon episode.
Okay, sounds good. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate you guys. And don't forget, new merch is continuously added to herappareltx.com. So please go on over there. And if you want to be a part of Her Soldiers, come on over to the Patreon. That's Patreon.com/Her Lounge Podcast. I'd love for you to be a part of that world. And we are a tight-knit community. So, don't forget, you can also do a trial, right, Rob?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. I was thinking of Chingo. 7-day free trial.
So come on over, guys. Thank you guys so much for listening. We'll see y'all next week.